WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
They confuse us with so much life. Just come on this way. Not even thinking that we would realize ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from before. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us stay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Then I'll be up to judgment day. Just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites did. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go on this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Once we get old and gray, and the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites didn't they? Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 Lord, we just can't go this way. Lord, we just can't make it this way. No, we just can't go this way. Please hurry up with judgment day.
Do not categorize the blessing by colors. It is not the colors you need to watch. It is the character. Watch out for the character. I'm going to tell you that there are three basic types of people that you will interact with if you are a child of destiny. Can I share this with you? The first group are confidants. Confidants. You will have very few of them. Confidants are those people in your life who love you unconditionally. They are into you. Whether you're up or down, right or wrong, they are into you. They are in for the long haul. If you get in trouble, they get in trouble with you. They'll come see you in the jailhouse. They'll come get you out of the crack house. They're confidants. You can open up and share anything with them. You'll never inherit your kingdom until you find your confidant. You can't be David till you find your Jonathan. Having a good confidant is the key that unlocks the kingdom, because you were raised outside the gate and God's going to cause you to reach over the wall. You got to have a confidant behind the wall who can mentor you for what God is going to do next in your life. The problem with most people is that everybody they run around with is under them. And so you are forever feeding people who can't feed you. And after years of feeding them, they begin to drain you. You got to have somebody who can feed you so you can feed somebody else. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Am I talking to anybody in here? You need the confidant then. The confidant is those few people that come along in your life that are for you. They are with you. They are intimately intertwined in your life. They are there to make sure that you reach your destiny. They will confront you. They will get in your face. They will get in your business. They will tell you when you're wrong because they are confidants. If you have 2 or 3 of them in a lifetime, you are a blessed person. Without them, you'll never be who God called you to be. You need to find your confidant. Number 2, the other group are your constituents. They are not into you. They are into what you are for. They are for what you are for. They are your constituents. And as long as you are for what they are for, they will walk with you and work with you and labor with you, but never think that they are for you. They are for what you are for. And you have to know that, because if they meet somebody else that will further their agenda, they will leave you and hook up with them, because they were never for you. They were just for what you were for. They are your constituents. And throughout your life, if you're not careful, particularly if you're broken, you will mistake your constituents for your confidants. And you will think that they are for you when they are really not for you. They are just for what you are for. And by the time you get through falling in love with them, they will break your heart as they hook up with somebody else who is for what you are for, because it was never about you anyway. It was about the causes that you represent. They are for what you are for, but they are not for you. They are your constituents. Can I go deeper with this? The third group are your comrades. These people are not for you, nor are they for what you are for. It is just that they are against what you are against. And the comrades will make strange bedfellows. This will cause people to come together who are not for you, and they are not for what you are for, but they are against what you are against. And they will team up with you to help fight a greater enemy. But don't be confused by their associations. They will only be with you until the victory is accomplished. These people are like scaffolding. They come into your life to fulfill a purpose. And when the purpose is complete, the scaffolding is removed. But don't be upset when they are removed, because the building always remains when the scaffolding is removed. What I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, expect the constituents and the comrades to leave you and desert you after a while. Don't be upset when they don't react to your dream the way you expected them to, because they were never really with you in the first place. Be careful then who you tell your dream to, because if you tell your dream to your constituents, they will desert you and try to fulfill the dream without you. If you tell it to your comrades, they won't support it, because they never were for what you were for anyway. If you find a few people in your entire life with whom you can share your dream with, you are a blessed somebody. I can tell you how to identify people who are really for you. If they are really for you, they will weep with you when you weep, and they will rejoice when you rejoice. When you walk in a room and you tell somebody good news, stop being happy for a minute and watch their reaction. If they're not happy for you, shut your mouth and walk back out of the door. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying to you. Oh yeah, because when they are really connected to you, they will be happy for you when you share your dream. Find somebody, look them in the eye and say, are you happy for me? If you don't get the right reaction, don't tell them anything else. You need somebody who's really going to be happy for you. I don't want just anybody praying for me. I don't want none of them haters praying for me, because you know you hate me and you don't want me to succeed. I want somebody praying for me who really wants me to be blessed, who wants me to be an overcomer, so you can put up your oil and stop speaking in tongues, because you know you never did speak to me anyway, and ain't no need in you coming up here in this hospital like you gonna pray some cancer up off of me. I'd rather have somebody who really loves me lay across the bed and rebuke the devil. And God is so faithful, he'll always give you somebody. Oh, if he ever sent anybody into your life to help you, you ought to just clap your hands and thank him for the people he sent. Don't worry about the people he took. You ought to praise him for the people he sent. Tell somebody, say, somebody help me. I didn't get here by myself. Somebody helped me to get here. Somebody taught me how to stand. Somebody got me behind the gate. Somebody taught me the protocol of the pilot. Somebody encouraged me when I felt like dropping out of school. Somebody helped me when my back was up against the wall. Somebody mentored me when I was going through a divorce. Somebody helped me when I was going through a crisis. God is so faithful that he will never leave himself without a witness. He will send somebody.
You get up one morning, your elders have something, you don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. We get up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it there easy. You got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the landowner, brother, is a terrible journey. Back with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to rise up, you got to stand up. Pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who have the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover my mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me. Cover me.
truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And you know what we always say here, ladies and gentlemen? Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear. You wear a burgundy t-shirt, a pink t-shirt, a maroon t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatania, Xenarania, Sonaranius. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And you know how we start the thing?
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Medite.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. And of course, here in the village, we originate. We don't imitate. We bring you the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And that's what we do. We bring facts, the whole facts, and nothing but the facts. But in addition to that, ladies and gentlemen, we also have an oath/pledge to the people that we will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Take a look.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting, throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The only radio program on the planet with an oath. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as you come in, share the live on WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook, on X. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Share the live and like on Facebook. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe to WZYE TV on YouTube. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509. And let me bring in my partner, the man himself, the one and only, the young man commonly known as Uncle Tommy. Tommy, welcome. How are you?
Good evening to you, and I'm quite good, thank you. And yourself?
No complaints, no complaints today. We had some thunder, boy. Hear that thunder, boy?
Oh yeah. It was rocking.
And I thought I was in Trinidad and it was gunshots, you know.
Oh, gunshot
I thought
sounds different. Gunshot sounds different to thunder.
I was getting ready to duck Tommy, boy. I,
Oh boy.
I run in the room, but I asked my wife, what is that? She said, that is thunder, boy. Rolling thunder, boy.
She say you better run, I better take cover.
Take cover, boy. I was ready to take cover, you know. No joke, man. I said, way, boy. The thing ain't easy at all.
So
Tommy,
did you go out and run today?
does a plane fly?
Okay, say no more.
Yeah. Today was a recovery day from yesterday.
Same for me. Because yesterday I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, after yesterday, I did just 4 miles today. 8 minutes per mile to just recover now.
I did 1.2 kilometers.
Okay, good. So what I will do now, maybe tomorrow I might, I'd take some double ARP days, you know what I mean? I can't train like I used to. I can't train 5 days in a row anymore. I could train 2, then take 1 day off, then train another 2, then take 1 day off. But before, I could only train 1 day and then take the next day off. No, I could run 3 days in a row. So things are looking up. Things are
Yep.
looking up.
You ready for that world record?
Yeah, I gotta get ready, man. I gotta get ready.
Mhm.
I gotta ready. I gotta get a world record, man. But of course, tonight, Hanif making it his duty now. Hanif was in first. He says, good evening, gentlemen, all villagers. Hope everyone had a blessed and productive day. Now, Hanif has a question. The
Yes.
question is, can changing the 3 ships on the coat of arms stop murder, fix the economy, stop corruption, and other ills that plagues our country? That's an excellent question. So,
And I will answer it promptly, Panif. All that we are seeing are EGs or distractions, as I would cla- classify it as distractions to keep your mind off of the things that are very important.
yeah, and I agree with you, Tommy. And I did an editorial today on that election gimmick. So we go get that after the top of the hour. Let me say welcome to Miss Atlanta, Cynthia. Good evening, Wall Street and Tommy and everyone. Good evening to you. Ian, welcome to you, Ian. Blessings, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy. Caribbean Soul, good night, WZYE TV and listeners. Biznat, boy. Biznat, you inside. Hi, good night to everyone. Wham to Bizram. Eh? I see
Well,
Bizram the last. He was here yesterday.
yeah, I think he was there.
He was there.
I thought so.
I know, but like they must move the Wi-Fi pole from by him, boy. I know what's going on. Yeah. Caribbean Soul say The
They're
PNM
coming
go
out for you,
come up
they're
here
coming out for
tonight.
you to Wall Street.
They like Batchak on every program defending this. Yeah, boy, did it. Tommy, I just don't understand. Dane, welcome. Good evening to you. Hey, our partner from Tobago, boy, Walton Walker. Walton, welcome. Good night, Walton and Uncle Tommy and listeners. Far and wide. Welcome to you. Tobago in the house, boy.
Yep. Tobago better stay in the house and keep the head on
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they,
June.
they're gonna be wheeling that card that makes the difference because we clearly see what's going on. The
Correct, is right?
EGs are gonna be working because the ones who they are targeting, they're gonna be effectively getting the results they desire. And they're getting the results from us too, because we are gonna be spending time debunking the foolishness.
And that's what it is to me. We are holding them accountable. That's what it is. Caribbean still say Wall Street, don't say yes, 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 yes. Say yang, 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 yang. Ah, Caribbean soul welcome. I ain't see Mova Defender. Oh, you just sent us a Mova Defender. Good night. Okay. Takesha, welcome.
Kish kish.
Yeah. Yes, Connecticut got some serious floods, boy. Pleasant good night to you, Takesha. It's called Takesha. Rajendra. Rajendra. I hope I got that right. Welcome to you. Darren says Wall Street. The man say constitutional reform, but we still waiting for local government reform. Correct is right.
Right.
You know, a vote for the PNM is a vote for local government reform. Right, Tommy?
Yep.
What we get? We ain't get.
We're still waiting for the results of the vote. We
So
ain't get
now
the
you
vote.
know.
We ain't get the vote yet, so we ain't get the reform after.
Right. So you know the next mantra now.
I vote for the PNM is a vote for constitutional reform.
Correct. There we go. There we
And
go.
we already see the constitutional reform bandwagon start to roll. We see already that they're talking about no fixed dates for election.
Oh
Well,
God, yeah. And I have this story to play on that. Tommy, just imagine, Just imagine. You hold a whole convention to talk about constitutional reform. And you refuse to deal with a fixed date for election. And Tommy, the terms for a prime minister as well.
Yeah, term limits ain't even come up.
But you had to give them credit.
They all they're doing is dealing with tomfoolery, right? Through.
Correct is right. That is it. That is it. You know, this is foolish season, Foolishology,
Sillyology.
And all they're doing is coming out and fooling people. But some
But
people are
it worked before and it will work again, eh?
Nah. Some people waking up to me.
Well, guess what? I'm hopeful, but I'm not holding my breath.
Tommy, I woke up.
Yeah, but
I woke up.
You and many others woke up, but are enough gonna wake up to make a difference?
Yes.
Well, let's hope.
No, I believe so. Dane says can reform fix crime. Them fellas don't even really care about no crime, And Tommy, anyway, let me play this one. I just get this one here. I'm gonna play this one. Hold on, listen to this. I'm gonna put this up here. Listen to this. This just came in.
And the TBC radio network. National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines is assuring the population that the police service is actively working to acquire body cams for its officers. This follows last Wednesday's police-involved killing of 6 people, including a 16-year-old girl, in an alleged shootout with suspected bandits at Razak Trace, Freeport. In the aftermath of that incident, Police Complaints Authority Director David West said 36 people had been shot in 20 police-involved shootings so far this year. He said it was especially concerning that none of the officers had operational body cam recording the events, a problem Hines assured is being addressed.
I am aware that the police commissioner has mandated that body cams be purchased, some have been distributed across the police service in the frontline sections. I'm aware that more are on order as we speak.
For the first time, children of registered Venezuelan migrants receive student exemption letters to be able to start the school term in September.
Tommy, what? You know, 2024, and police still not wearing body cameras. Gimmick. I mean, it's like sometimes you doesn't know what to say, really and truly.
Well, there's nothing to say.
In this day, no body cameras, buddy.
And look how much money has been spent on body cams already, time and again, since in Gary Griffith's tenure.
But the man said they need more body cameras. They need
Like-
more.
Like they're gonna put them on the police them who in the station. You only need for who on the front line?
But Tommy, are any police officers on the streets wearing body cameras? Any. So what I would say to the people is that make sure you have a dash cam in your car, just in case.
And hope that they don't destroy it.
Well, I shoot too, Tommy. What if you have dash cam in your thing? Can it be recorded on your phone?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you have people have a dash cam, and Tommy, I want to send a message to many people in Trinidad and Tobago. Folks, if you could get a visa, because the family where they rob with doubles, they have to leave Trinidad and Tobago, right?
Hmm.
All right, we're going to play that video too as well. Tommy, there's just so much to play. And when we hear have we ever had a convention to discuss constitutional reform in Trinidad and Tobago previously?
Listen, man, they're just wasting people time. You need to spend all that money to have a discussion of that sort.
And when he talk about that, people clap, boy. Hip hip hooray, boy. Clap.
Just bamboozling and distraction, and man, it's disgusting when you really think about it.
It is just, and Tommy, the thing about it is it's in your face, right? You know what this reminds me of, boy? That fella. We had to give Prime Minister Rowley question. We had to give him his props, eh?
You gotta give me props, but then again, what you giving those who are lapping it up?
Well, they too.
You giving them props?
No, I ain't giving them props. No, I ain't giving them props. No, I ain't giving them props. KFC, welcome.
Hi, good night, Mr. Washi. Good night, Uncle Tommy, man.
Good night,
Good
man.
night, bro.
Good night to a big listenership. Tunji. And the Sunny Crew and the Big Time and everybody locked on listening. Hey, bro, me like calling you all. I say, man. What's that one shit?
Yeah.
What should I hear, man?
Yeah, we hearing you. Go ahead. We hearing you.
I tell you that. You have to give the pen. I'm not wrong of applause, Doctor, real moves,
Yeah. You real moves.
Nah, you good.
You real good.
The man like them fellas come to the Trump careful last boy.
Yeah, boy.
You see that big shot? He tried yesterday. I see pass. You go let them clapping and thinking I'm going go, Doctor, early go.
They have to do it,
Meanwhile, Bobby's dropping like flies.
The guy said, black man, emancipation day. Black emancipation day. The government working for black people.
Working to keep them.
Well, shoot, I know you have a thing to show that locked on listen inside really.
Yeah, man, bless.
Yeah, bro.
You working to keep them poor. Tommy, repeat what you said.
I say while he fooling the people, bodies dropping like flies.
Like flies all about the place. The man and say, the man and talk nothing about crime. Nothing about crime in the convention, you know. Nothing, you know. Not one word as Shogalo says. You come to try to fool the people about moving
Columbus.
Columbus and ship. You know what I mean? I mean,
The coat of arms.
yeah.
Look at the expense that coat of arms change is gonna create.
To me, in my estimation, what the prime minister do is a spaghetti theory run around there. A spaghetti theory run around Bali's house. He throw it out to see what the perception will be, all right, or what the reception will be. You know, and just like the 100 million he threw up on us when he was on our conference, the 100 million you're gonna put in urban communities, you know, he go back and reevaluate and come again. You understand? Because all of a sudden, right away, people using local government reform, right? Because nothing happened with that. Well, at least we didn't see nothing happen. The same thing with this constitutional reform. So as soon as them PNM people started to come with a vote for the general, a vote for the PNM in the general election is a vote for constitutional reform, right? We already know the story. They had the story. They have it. They have it. They had them now. So they can't come with that. And as a matter of fact, where's the video, boy? Let me see if I had the video there from 2020. When he said in 2020, who sent that to me? Let me see. I think it was Caribbean Soul. You know? Let me see. Okay, let me see if this is it here. Hold on. Let me see if I get it. Oh, you know what? I deleted it. Caribbean Soul, send me that video again. Because I deleted it. My phone does get full up so quick.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. I started to delete things, boy. Caribbean Soul, send me that video again. You one in 2020 when he was talking. You know, but Basdeo Pandey also talked about constitutional reform, you know.
And two main things in constitutional reform. The first two main items they get rid of: proportional representation and set dates, fixed dates for election.
Yep.
And the third thing, term limits. They even talk about that.
No. They ain't talking about that.
Instead, they're trying to waste our time with items that we know. Trivial.
Yeah. Miss Atlanta, welcome. Hello? Miss Atlanta. Listen to the phone.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, Washington Tommy.
Yeah, we hear you
Washington Tommy, are you hearing me?
loud and clear.
Yes, claro.
Yes. I'm hearing you discussing certain things, but did you listen to Dr. Rowley's whole speech from the time he opened his mouth till he finished?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Do you know that this he went around before their convention yesterday? You remember they put out constitutional reform, so everybody's supposed to put their input. And they went around different places, and there's a committee set up that talks to people and have their supposedly all what the people says or what they want and all kind of things, that report. But what he was talking about yesterday was PNM's, their internal review. That's what they want. That is PNM, the PNM, not the nation. You understand? That's their view. That's what they want. So I'm just listening. I know you have learned the callers, so I just like to hear other people's versions and your version also. And you said
Okay.
You said you're going to play something at the end of the next
Yeah.
hour.
Yes. Yes.
The next one. But yes, he did go around the places and things. That's what I was going to tell you, that he did go around the places and things. And this is what they come up with.
Okay.
The no thing. But I think a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people agree with that, but that's just my version.
Okay. Thank you so
So
much.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Yeah, bye. Tommy, the only thing I will say, Miss Atlanta, what I will say is this, who in power in Trinidad and Tobago? Tommy?
PNM.
Okay. So if PNM call a convention, yeah, Miss Atlanta.
Are you asking me that? I heard you said who's in power.
No, I was asking Tommy. I was gonna answer you.
Oh,
Because,
well,
but Mr. Atlanta, while
we
you're
know.
here, let me say this. Let me say this while you're here. To me, the PNM is in power, and when Dr. Rowley goes on a platform to speak about on behalf of the PNM, he's speaking on behalf of the government of Trinidad and Tobago because he's the prime minister, right? Because they didn't talk anything about 2-term limits. They didn't talk about that. You understand? And to me, term limits is very important, right? He just he skip around Bali's house, and they even talk about that.
But then didn't he talk about term limit? And he said he spelled that out and said they don't agree with what they mean term limit, 1 term per
2 term. This is what the people want. The people want.
No, but he said that he took no, they don't agree with that. They don't agree with that. They don't agree with what's the other thing Tommy says? Fixed date of
fixed date for elections. Right.
And he come out outright and say that's their version. That's what they think they should know. He don't agree with that.
Yeah, but the people want that.
Well, we know that. That's what I'm saying. This is not about what the people want. The people don't know. You just said it, that PNM or Dr. Ravi is in power, which is untrue. You must not spread lies. The prime minister is not in power. He's in office. He's the administrator, but he's not in power. You are in power. That's what, at the end of the day, the constitution should be what the people says in total, which is them too. They have to say it. So it's what the nation says. That's what the constitution is supposed to be about. The nation. He is not in power. And you see, Wall Street, a lot of people get this mixed up. When they say they're in power, and they are in power, they think they are not in power. They think that what he say is law, right? And you, Tommy, you Wall Street, anybody, your son, anybody who belongs, could get up and say what they want and do what they want. For instance, this constitution, I hope you all wrote down and everybody sent in what they want and what and all that, because they could. If it's taken, that's another thing. But the thing is, you have to exercise your power.
Can I ask you a
Everybody
question?
can exercise the power.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
What if the people say, all right, she gone. Mr. Atlanta, that's all right. Listen, Tommy, what if the people say they want term limits and the government say they don't want no term limits? Then what happens?
Then who's making the rule has the last word.
There we go. Yes, Mr. Atlanta. Hello?
I didn't know you were still talking to me. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Sorry.
No, you can listen off.
But
you can listen.
I heard what you said. I heard what you said. What about if that's why we have a parliament, and that's why the parliament is your representative is there. That's why it have even the opposition. They want to speak for the people. That's why they are in parliament. Not only Rowley in parliament, right? But because of the nice people who voted and make sure that they're there and they're there, with a more, they talk more, they get a lot of things done because they are the majority, right? You know, but that's why. So what you want? You could it is being it could be debated. They have you debate in Parliament. That's as far as it could go. That's as far as we could reach.
Okay.
But I'm listening to you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
Yeah. Tommy, the people who have power. I'll give you an example, right? The people railed up about property tax, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the property tax went from 3% to 2%, right? Tommy, let me ask you a question. Do you believe the current PNM government will go through this constitutional reform?
I am not hopeful. That's why I keep saying I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah. I think, in my estimation, if enough people make noise, the government will change their mind.
Another thing too, you need a 2/3 majority, or should I say, a special majority. Whatever they present has to be agreed upon by the opposition.
You know, sometimes the PNM could change things, you know. you know, them fellas and them fellas just finagle things and change things to suit, right? That's a spam call. Let me finish up with the chat here. Takesha, it has so much things going on in TNT. It have so much things. It have so much things going on in TNT. And Bobby here studying coat of arms, dengue outbreak, murders, back pay, etc. Tommy, you know dengue is serious in Trinidad and Tobago.
I keep seeing it.
Boy, Tommy, there's just so much to play. I have a video by Opinion Box where I think one of his kids was in one of the hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a lot of kids in there with dengue. And the problems them kids and them getting just to get a vomit bag. It was unbelievable. Okay. Bijram said good day, Uncle Wall Street. He's sick. All right, Bijram. We hope you recover quickly. Quick recover. Cameron says, good night, guys. I do think changing the coat and arms will cause a lot of problems. Costs on our ID cards, our birth certificate, and our driver's license, along with our money. Listen to this.
Passports.
Yeah, Tommy, listen to this. This is part of Dr. Rowley not doing his homework.
Mm-hmm.
The man doesn't do homework. He doesn't.
The thing is that if they were to just leave everything, if they would have changed the coat of arms, let's say they change the coat of arms, and your old passport and your old IDs and different documents are valid until it's ready for change, ready for to be renewed, so to speak, then it wouldn't make that great of a difference or an impact. It wouldn't have that great of an impact. But if they insist that everybody has to change over to the new, whatever it is that they come up with, then that's gonna be devastating.
For me, I'm gonna say again. Rosie had said some things about Prime Minister Rowley previously. I'm gonna quote Rosie now. Roger had said, Prime Minister Rowley is lazy.
Yeah, well, it's no mistake. Or should I say, it's not a wrong thing to say.
Right. So these little things, Tommy, the Jindal situation, the Hafet situation, the Sandal situation, right? Look at the next situation here. Not him, but the Ministry of Sport with Tyson Gay. It goes on and on. The two Chinese company, right? You know, so When I first hear Wood Rogers say that, I said, boy, oh God, that kind of harsh, you know. Look at this situation here. He didn't sit down and do his homework. He just said, you know what?
You could tell the work is being put into so much of that is being proposed, and
I'm telling you, man, you alone. Folks, we're going to go for a quick station identification. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this short message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Trinidad, to leave here, boy, you must be mad. This is the land of milk and honey, rum and coke and easy money. While those verses we were singing, alarm bells kept on ringing, pundits on each pulpit saying, oh heart and our soul decaying. Suddenly we wake up to a living nightmare, not least while electorals ask, how did we ever come to this? But so long we hear it, you got to stand up and be counted. But daily we're intimidated. Every day our next to witness silence while we recoil from the violence. In our land there is a crisis, broke police, unruly ISIS, while sweet revenge gangs exacting. Police commissioner still acting Trinbago. It's high time we separate the goat from the sheep. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap, while them police busy playing hide and seek. We're facing the world when we have to reap. Hey, oh yeah, save our land, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yeah, oh yeah. In our schools, kids getting on, we're fighting, making porn. Our school girls, you won't believe, live MMA, they're pulling weave. Check the vibes they're living by, dance all slackness, get rich or die. Alkaline Tomovado, mention maestro, they don't know. No morals, no ethics, there is a centrifugal black hole. Lord, we must move quick to wake their conscience and save their soul. So long we've been hearing evil triumphs when good men do nothing. No triggers pump while words be frotting, and while church attendance real low, protest pack plus them casino, while black market prices haggling through our ports, big guns they smuggling. Spanish women are hot like their music, saucy salsa, human traffic, Trinbago. We can't wait, the devil making hay while we sleep. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap, while we look on them as more mothers who weep. We're caught in the world when we have to reap. Oh yeah, oh no. And Banfield, busy street, yes, in our city, killed by beasts who show no pity. Now there's fear and trepidation. What is happening to our nation? So I pray from their attack. That is why I'm still saying, time to stand up and be counted. Our young girls, they're being hunted, not for jobs by institutions, but by clubs for prostitution. While from you guys, some arranging on the seas, cargo exchanging in the Gulf, drugs, guns and women, and the Coast Guard cannot stop them Trinbago. The time is now. Look how the murderers live, tell them talk is cheap. Because in the world when we have to reap, before more of our daughters they put us to sleep. We must stop this world when we have to reap. Time to stand up and be counted. We must defeat this threat they've mounted. We cannot wait for no messiah, like zero fiddling through the fire. But while the flames we keep romancing, the grim reaper keeps advancing across the land. It casts its shadow, slashing victims to the marrow. Trinbago, the time is now. Look how the price we paying done steep. Why some labor keep? Because in the world when we have to reap, we need a fresh new broom for a broad crime sweep. Must stop this world when we have to reap. Save our land, Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Tommy, before we get into caller welcome. Caller welcome.
Blessed night of the Tommy and Wall Street.
Blessed
Same
night.
to you.
Wall Street,
Yeah.
with all due respect, right? This is my opinion. This Prime Minister is not going to change anything. This is a pure distraction to the country. Coming a little late, so I don't know if they spoke about this already, but just on the news, the TV6 News. TV6 News reached out to him and asked him, so are you changing the money? And he said no. So what is the purpose? So we go see the ships on one thing, and we go see no ships on the next thing.
Well, that's
what happened. I'm trying to understand it.
But that's why it's an election gimmick. That's why it's a gimmick.
Right, and Wall Street. You listen to his words. He did not say what he said by mistake. He said it will move. He never said it's going to move.
Say that again.
Listen to the video.
Say that again.
Listen to the video when you're speaking about the ship. He said it will move, not it's going to be moved.
I listen.
He did not make a mistake.
Listen, I don't
feel. But Wall Street, what I want to talk about, because I'm not being distracted. He was illegally mining in Matura recently, and it's alleged that it is in the papers. One of the directors of the company who was doing the illegal mining, his name is Karen something. I can't remember his last name now. They asked him, do we know you are damaging the ecosystem for the turtle nesting? He said he was given a license by the Ministry of Finance and EMA clearance. When the news reached out to the EMA, they said they did not grant him no license to go there. So he removed all of his equipment. And that Karen person is from the California Foundation. That is why I'm not getting distracted all. I know about it. Hello?
Go ahead, we listening to you, we listening.
Yeah, so that's why I can't come and fool with the quota on Wall Street. Wall Street move them quota and some all from Trinidad and Tobago I'm going to take years. And he's saying in 6 months. Elections next year. Also, I'm not taking this distraction. The mortgage, the forensic science center in Trinidad and Tobago is saying they are overwhelmed with bodies. I'm not taking this distraction, Wall Street. Wall Street, the grant that they give out to these children, the $1,000 grant, parents are complaining that they cannot even scratch the surface. I am not taking the structure by quarter arms. Wall Street, the project that agency pulled back of $475 million was given to a corrupt Chinese company. I am not taking distracted by no quarter arms before they want to take distraction and run with that. Okay, every man says own order. I am not taking distraction that 25 Spanish children were given exemption letters today to go to school in our schools in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm not being distracted. This man is a mastermind of distraction. I am not taking distraction of the Auditor General magically going on vacation. I'm not being distracted. I know quota and we cannot change just so they have to take consultation. This is no quick fix to get them walk in the parliament and change it. So I just not taking instruction from none of these this foolishness he come with bullshit and Uncle Tommy, because that's too much pressing matters. Dengue and rise in Trinidad and Tobago over 8 deaths. I am not being distracted by this parliamentary foolishness. Enjoy your night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You see, what it is, Tommy, we have to do, it is incumbent upon us to show that this, what he's coming up with, is election gimmicks. It's basically, I don't think we are being distracted because most of those issues, as a matter of fact, in the news story that we just played, after the one with Fitzgerald Hines, was the one with the Venezuelan students.
That's right.
Right? And not only that, but I had this video right here. Let's play it right now. Listen to this. But we have to understand that when Prime Minister Rowley come up with his election gimmicks, right? We had to call him out. We have to call him out. We call out the contractors. Now listen to this. By them calling out the contractors, the agency pull back, we track the bid. They pull it back. You understand? So
they put back the entire project, as a matter of fact.
Correct. So that
when the thing to do is give the next best bidder.
Correct. Right? So when these things, if we are silent on them, right, they could just leave it and push it through. But when people make noise, right, the two contractors who was they went and they tried to figure out what the procurement was, and the agency figured out, now, you know what? We don't want to deal with that. The easiest thing for us to do is to get rid of, cancel the whole thing.
Withdraw the whole thing.
Withdraw the whole thing. That's because of pressure. That's because of pressure, right? Just imagine, Tommy. Imagine if the people had put pressure on the Prime Minister for the $100 million he come on the platform and talk about, right? Imagine if that put pressure on him for him to come up with the 100 million. Maybe he would rather come up with 75, but people just leave it alone. Nothing will happen. But take a listen to this. This is had to do with the book and the book grant for $1,000. Take a listen.
How far does a book grant go? As the Ministry of Education rolls out its book grant, just how much does the $1,000 grant impact the back-to-school spend? As we found out last week, not much. With a book list for a Form 4 college student, we went to Unique Books and Sports Center Port of Spain on Independence Square to shop. We chose that bookstore for its used books option, since the grant is for financially disadvantaged children and parents who have to watch their coins. Here's the breakdown of how what $1,000 covered on that book list. English A, English for all CSEC, developing proficiency in CXC English, $192. English v. Twelfth Night William Shakespeare, $82. Animal Farm, $69.95. Award of Prose for CSEC, $120. A World of Poetry for CSEC, $120. Art, 2 large sketch pads, $40. 1 box color pencils, $22, large. 1 bottle glue, $15. Drawing pencils, 6 pencils at $2.50 to $15. 1 set oil pastels, 24 pack, $30. 1 small scissors, $7. Art journal 40.00. Mathematics. Calculator, $95, small, and $195, large. We chose the large, depending on size. Notebooks. We bought 12, $120. Total, $1,027.95, which covered just 2 subjects and just a part of a third. The student is doing 7 subjects.
Tommy, election gimmicks at Tommy, $1,000. You understand? Student doing 7 subjects. So you know there's a budget deficit there.
And they buy for two subjects, and it's over $1,000.
2 subjects, and they're doing 7. And just imagine, Tommy, if you have more than 1 kid.
Pressure.
And them talking about $1,000 book grant. And this is part of the problem, right? You're going and build a 2-story thing in the zoo for 50-something million. You spend 40-something million on a library, right? I mean, it's like them, and this is to fulfill their contract, their finances, wishes, to make the rich richer. Let me say that.
That's right.
To make the rich richer,
right.
$1,000 book grant. I mean, listen, I am sure there are many people who are happy for the $1,000. At least they gain something. You understand? But wait, Tommy boy.
Yeah, well, let's make the rich richer, they will help the poor.
Yeah, make the rich richer, and they'll help the poor. Yeah? They're helping the poor too bad, boy. Let's go on. Let me play this other video for you guys. Folks, it is just every single day. Yeah, boy. This government will go down in the history of Trinidad and Tobago as the worst government, by far, hands down the worst government. You know, I mean, PNM people don't like to hear that, but it's the truth, and the truth does offend. And the facts are there why it's the truth. Yeah? So let me get that editorial. Okay, hold on. Has to be here then. Okay. Here is the one with respect to fixed elections. Take a listen to this.
The People's National Movement, PNM.
No, this is not the editorial. This is the one with respect to no fixed elections.
The People's National Movement, PNM, has rejected the proposals for fixed election dates and proportional representation for general elections. These decisions were revealed during an internal consultation on constitutional reform, which was presented at a special convention of the party held at the National Academy of Performing Arts, NAPA. The report containing these recommendations contrasts with the proposals of the National Advisory Committee on Constitutional Reform, NACCR, led by former House Speaker Barendra Sinanan. The NACCR had proposed that general elections should be held every 5 years on a date fixed by the Constitution, with Parliament dissolving after 5 years from its first sitting following an election. The PNM's Internal Constitution Review Committee, chaired by Keith Scotland, focused on 16 specific areas of reform, 13 of which aligned with the PNM 2030 policy document. Scotland noted that the committee recommended maintaining proportional representation within the local government system, while strongly supporting the first-past-the-post system for general elections. Consequently, proportional representation for general elections was rejected. The committee also objected to fixed election dates, citing the impracticality of removing the discretion currently held by the Prime Minister to call general elections. In terms of other reforms, the PNM committee recommended that referendums could enhance citizen participation and reform, noting that similar systems exist in Grenada and Jamaica. Regarding the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, there was consensus that it should remain independent. However, concerns were raised about the lack of accountability and poor performance in handling white-collar crime. The committee suggested that there be parliamentary oversight of the DPP's office, arguing that this would allow the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago to audit the conduct and prosecution processes. On the appointment of a Commissioner of Police, COP, the committee recommended that if the Prime Minister and opposition leader object to a nominee, they must provide an explanation. To ensure transparency and reduce political interference, the committee suggested a constitutional provision requiring the President to submit the Police Service Commission's poll SC intended decision to both the Prime Minister and opposition leader. If there are objections, substantial reasons and evidence must be provided for further consideration by the poll SC. The current process, Scotland argued, is too cumbersome and ineffective, necessitating reform for a more efficient COP appointment process. The committee also supported the idea that Trinidad and Tobago's final appellate court should be the Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, headquartered in Trinidad. Additionally, there was unanimous support for reforming the service commissions. The committee recommended implementing a corporate sector model to improve the inefficiencies of the current system, drawing inspiration from models in New Zealand, Ghana, and Canada. The Salaries Review Commission, SRC, was also identified as needing comprehensive revision to modernize its operations, including conducting transparent job analyses and consulting with public servants to accurately understand their roles and responsibilities. Scotland mentioned that the feedback on the powers and role of the President was mixed, with a notable leaning towards having an elected executive president. He suggested that a president with more roles and powers could lead to greater accountability and a more proactive parliament. The specific areas of reform considered in the PNM's Constitution Review Committee report include internal self-government for Tobago, instituting the Caribbean Court of Justice, reforming the roles and functions of the service commissions, depoliticizing the appointment of a commissioner of police, and clarifying the role of the president. Other areas addressed include electoral system reform, fundamental rights and freedoms such as environmental protection, protections for persons with disabilities, and protections for the LGBTQ+ community, as well as additional considerations like the removal of the savings clause, ensuring trial within a reasonable time, and prison reform.
So, Tommy, you see? Yeah, they're not serious, but they're serious about implementing policies that will benefit the PNM as opposed to benefit the people of the country.
That's right.
Right? What you want? They want the CCJ so they could corrupt the CCJ too, just like they have corrupted a lot of the independent organizations in Trinidad. So they want the CCJ in Trinidad, right? They want nothing to do with the Privy Council because they can't corrupt them. They can't leave Trinidad and Tobago and go to the United Kingdom and corrupt them. They don't want that, right? They don't even want to think about an elected president because they want the Prime Minister to handpick who he wants, right? They still want to continue with the Commissioner of Police because the Prime Minister can handpick the person. And if them pick somebody, he could just get rid of it, go down to the President's house and take with the thing until she forget about that. Most of the independent organizations in the past 9 years under this Prime Minister Rowley-led government are no longer independent. They're no longer independent, and that is sad. And the only way, Tommy, I'm saying to the people, the only way we could fix Trinidad and Tobago in 2025 is with your finger. That is the only way we can fix Trinidad, with your finger. That's it. Yeah? And folks, we have to be honest, eh? Even yesterday, the man said he ain't calling no elections. You heard that, right, Tommy?
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. Never did surprise me.
And it never surprised us either, because we did an editorial that the man is not calling an early election.
That's right.
Look at it here. This is it.
As Trinidad and Tobago approaches its scheduled election year in 2025, speculation abounds regarding the intentions of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. Despite some voices advocating for an early election, here are 10 reasons why Dr. Rowley is unlikely to deviate from the established timeline. 1. Stability amidst uncertainty. Dr. Rowley may prioritize political stability during a period of global uncertainty, including economic challenges. Holding the election as scheduled can provide a sense of continuity and assurance to the populace. 2. Fulfillment of mandate. With an election scheduled in 2025, Dr. Rowley may aim to fulfill his government's mandate and deliver on promises made to the electorate without the distraction of premature political maneuvers. 3. Policy implementation. The Prime Minister may see the remainder of his term as an opportunity to implement key policies and initiatives, demonstrating his administration's effectiveness and commitment to governance. 4. Economic recovery. Given the economic impacts of the pandemic, Dr. Rowley might prioritize steering the country towards recovery before facing the electorate. An early election could divert attention from crucial economic measures. 5. Party preparation. Dr. Rowley's party may require more time to prepare for an election, including candidate selection, campaign organization, and policy development. Rushing into an early election could undermine these crucial aspects. 6. Social cohesion and unity. Dr. Rowley may prioritize maintaining social cohesion and unity within Trinidad and Tobago, recognizing that an early election could potentially exacerbate divisions within society. Holding the election as scheduled allows for continued focus on national unity and collective progress. 7. Maintaining advantage. The ruling party might perceive itself to have an advantage by waiting until the scheduled election year, allowing more time to consolidate support, address any potential challenges, and strategize effectively. 8. International relations. Dr. Rowley may consider the implications of an early election on Trinidad and Tobago's international standing and relationships. Stability and adherence to democratic norms could be prioritized. 9. Legal and constitutional considerations. Adhering to the established election timeline ensures compliance with legal and constitutional frameworks, reinforcing the rule of law and institutional integrity. 10. Public opinion and trust. Prematurely calling an election could be perceived as opportunistic or self-serving. Dr. Rowley might prioritize maintaining public trust and demonstrating a commitment to democratic processes by respecting the established electoral timeline. In conclusion, while speculation may abound, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's decision not to call an early election in Trinidad and Tobago is likely informed by a multitude of factors, including stability, policy objectives, and democratic principles. As the country navigates its path forward, adherence to established timelines and processes can contribute to a sense of continuity and legitimacy in governance.
I think more important, Tommy, we needed 2-term limits.
Yep.
That's what we need. That fella ain't calling no election. He ain't calling no election. Right? What we need is 2-term limits.
Yep.
You know, and they don't want no parts of that. No parts of that. Right? But Tommy, us in the diaspora, we want to vote. That's a big issue. We want to vote. We want to be able to vote in a general election once everything is in order. Right? We don't have that right. We don't have that right to vote. Why not? Why not? Now, there are many people in Trinidad and Tobago who would say, hey, all they ain't living in the country, all they outside. Them Venezuelans just vote in Trinidad in the Venezuelan election, right?
Right.
Venezuelans vote in Trinidad in the Venezuelan election, right? Just imagine. And we can't vote. Yeah? Yeah? Fox is I want to know, is the CCJ a Trinidad court? Is the CCJ a Trinidad court?
The name is Caribbean Court of Justice. Is a Caribbean court. It's not a Trinidad. It's not Trinidad exclusively. It's for the entire region.
Yeah.
Knows the answer.
Yeah. Patricia, welcome. Patricia, how are you? Patricia said the zoo get financial assistance. Oh my God. Who they get financial assistance from, Patricia? Hi, Patricia. Gordon, welcome. Gordon says, that sounds real good, Wall Street. So you don't have to risk your health by pelting mud, spitting in the sky. Just let the people vote who they want. And you vote PNM the last 2 times, Wall Street. You're talking to everybody already know. Gordon Joseph? Yeah. Nazma says the coat of arms going to change, so we need to change our passport, driver's license, the money, and we have other pressing issues in the country. Yeah, we have real pressing issues in the country. Margaret, welcome. Margaret said, Wall Street, that is facts. All the allegation passed under this PNM is to benefit the politicians, not citizens. So we answer Fox, right? The CCJ is a Caribbean court, right?
Right.
So but it's in Trinidad.
That's the headquarters.
Anything in Trinidad under this current government could be corrupted. Anything. Even our ants.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, ants could be corrupted in Trinidad these days. Anything. Yeah.
All right.
What I mean, they could turn that ants into red ants. Them could corrupt anything.
If you look at put wings on the ants too.
If they could put what?
Wings on it.
They might put wheels, not just wings. So it could fly or it could drive. You know, like it have them thing. Could you could drive in the sea. I mean, you could be in the sea, or you could be
amphibious.
Yes, there we go. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Yes, yes, Wall Street.
Yes. How are you doing, Cynthia?
Yes, I called to agree with the last call. I was waiting to see if anybody else would call, but the caller who said this is a distraction, that he's not taking on the distraction, and I believe that too. And so many things they have to talk about, and there are so many things, and I like that call. What that caller said. I think it's the last caller.
Yeah.
I don't know if it
More very
yes.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying when you were saying somebody stopped some project that was going on. And that is where I tell you, Wall Street, that is your power, not you personally, but that is the power. And you say you can't vote, Trinidadians can't vote, or people away can't vote in the elections. And why is it so? I don't know what you have to do, but can the people do something about that? Who you have to go to? I mean, is that who made that law that they can't vote and whatever? So, you say people in the diaspora would like to vote, right? And so, why is it a problem? At least in Wall Street. Have you ever studied who do you have to? How do you get that change?
The government.
If you want to change that is.
The government.
If you want to be able to vote.
Yeah, the government. They don't want no part of that. They don't want no part of that. They don't want no part.
Who is they? No, who is they? I'm interested in you.
The current government. I want people in the diaspora who have the ID card, they have their passport, they have all the information or documents needed to vote, in order they can vote, even though they are not in Trinidad in a general election.
Yes, but yes, but what's stopping them from voting?
No, they can't, because it's not part of the Constitution. Does not allow them to vote.
Right. Well, that's part of it, because it's not part of the what?
The Constitution doesn't allow you to vote if you live in outside.
Well, all right. Well, there's where it is. You know, the Constitution, so, you know, it should be changed. That is a part should be changed. So was it anyway?
Now, the PNM the one who
I don't know.
The PNM the one who part. The PNM the one who part.
It's not PNM. No, the Constitution is not PNM only. No, so if PNM not there tomorrow, the Constitution gone.
Government.
The
government.
Right. The Constitution belongs to the people, to the nation. It's just that, you know, people have it. That is God. So what Master say, you know, will happen. But anyway, because I saw they kicked out. I can't remember. They had 800 submissions or something. So and they threw out 132 or something. You know, and the Prime Minister was saying they find that they had nothing to do with the Constitution. So, and I find that is wrong. People should be able to, you know, but they threw it out. There's nothing there to debate, you know. So suppose if your thing had gone in, if people wanted a vote outside to come and vote, that might have been thrown out too. Well, anyway, we don't know.
Yeah, them throw that out. They would have thrown that out because they do not want, the current government doesn't want people who are living in the diaspora to vote. You have to come back to Trinidad to vote.
Right.
You cannot vote if you are living outside of Trinidad.
But it has always been so, whether who they or not, Wall Street.
Yeah, but that can be changed.
That's to be changed.
Right. That's what I'm trying to tell us. Why is it not being changed?
Listen, if the government doesn't have the will, for example, look, the government says, right? The government says, we don't want 2-term limits. They don't want 2-term limits. We could go out and protest. That don't work. 10,000 people could go in town.
No, that wouldn't work. He already, well, that is not even a part. He don't want that. Right? He says that they, not he said they didn't agree to that. Right? They didn't agree to the 2 terms or what?
They don't want that. So
I suppose
they want the CCJ in Trinidad and Tobago. They don't want to go to the Privy Council. Many people want to go to the Privy Council because this government, when them in charge, them go corrupt everything.
Well, that I agree with.
As CCJ come into Trinidad, well, no, they're already in Trinidad. But if they become our highest court and the PNM in power, they go corrupt them. Simple, plain talk, bad manners. Once it's in Trinidad.
I like it away, yeah.
Anytime it's in Trinidad under the PNM, they go corrupt it. Because, and here's the example. You can listen to our face, Cynthia. Here's the example. All right, thank you. Here's the example. They bring Jindal to Trinidad, corrupted. Hafed, corrupted. 2 Chinese company, corrupted. Sandals, corrupted. This prime minister over the last 9 years, if there was a corrupted Olympics for bringing corrupted companies to Trinidad, he get the gold medal. Caller, welcome.
Hi, good evening to the panels.
Good evening.
How are you all doing?
We are splendiferous, tremendous, and marvelous.
Good. East, west, north, and south. All right. I, Gordon Bernard Maloney the first, will endorse any pressure applied to any government if they're going to do anything that is not in the best interest of the country. Please pay special attention to my words and don't imply and insinuate what I didn't say. I didn't say party, I said country. All right? Anything, any project, whether it is sports, education, agriculture, science, whatever. All right?
Gordon, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you agree that citizens of Trinidad and Tobago living outside of Trinidad and Tobago who have all the documents should be able to vote in any general election?
Run that again? And your voice went down real low.
Sorry, that's all right. Do you believe that any citizen of Trinidad and Tobago that have all the required documents and living outside of Trinidad and Tobago should be able to vote in any general election or any other election?
Yes, if the mechanisms could be in place that there be no Bacchanal, Kankatang, and Couture. Yes, I do agree.
So you endorse that?
Huh?
You endorse that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. I'm really, really glad watching the news there just now and to see how we little Trinidad and Tobago, nothing new to us, how we could help other countries with their, sometimes I use the word stupidness, all right, but it's more serious than that they are going through. You know, the Venezuelan children that they could, be allowed to get that schooling, because I'm thinking about more so in the earlier times, boy, how we left, and when I say we, I'm talking about our foreparents and so on, left Trinidad and Tobago. And that same Venezuela we went to, all right? America, Canada, England, and thank God, today, some of the offsprings are enjoying the fruit of the land because they did get that little opportunity. So I'm really feeling good for Trinidad and Tobago, and I hope that there'll be much, much more of that kind of thing. All right? Because also, I have heard people talking about Trinidad and Tobago. And the way they talk about this place, well, boy, you go figure that hell is next door and Trinidad right here with what happening and what not happening and all kind of thing. Right? But it was nice to hear Mr. Chance giving documented, authentic figures that contradict the verbal expressions that came across that we are one of the worst place when it comes to good standard of living or satisfied standard of living. And what I like about him and the couple others who do that is they ain't just rattling off 23%, 16%. They give you where you can go and see and hear and say, yes, that is what I want to hear. I don't want to hear you coming and telling, Gordon coming and telling me about 24% of the people like Ms. Vicessa and 22% of the people like Mr. Rowley, and I can't tell you where it is, and I can't tell you how to find it, and I can't tell you where and what system I use to come up with my personal conclusion. That will make people accuse me
Gordon,
of reading from the book of no tuishness.
Gordon, let me stop you. You see how you just showed your biasness? When you listen to Mr. Bingo, that is his name? I mean Mr. Chance. Oh, sorry, I call him Mr. Bingo. Anyhow, Mr. Bingo, when you listen to Mr. Bingo.
Listen, you're a leader, right? I see you as a leader.
Yeah.
And if it is a fact that fish rottens from the head,
yeah,
I would suggest to you, try to encourage your congregation to be respectful, all right? And treat people just how they would like to be treated. I'm just giving a suggestion. This is your program or your show. You could call anybody, whoever you want. I already told you. Just don't call me collect, right? You call me all kind of stupidness, which is not me, and you're calling other people. And I think I want to discourage people from some of the things they're calling you.
It doesn't matter.
I want to discourage them from doing it. So I can't be discouraging them from doing it, and you doing the same thing. Go ahead.
So Gordon, listen. Listen to the rest off here. Listen to the rest off here. Finish, make a contribution. Listen to the rest off here.
If what?
Finish, make a contribution. Listen to the rest off here.
Yeah.
Listen off here.
All right. So I'm glad that I was able to hear those facts. And that's why I like to listen to things like, facts are stubborn things because you're not just getting you understand, opinion. All right? Now, we are in a position where our country needs us bad, bad, bad. And this is bigger than government because what we've been going through is nothing new in the sense that it didn't start last year or last 5 years ago, or last 10 years ago, or last 15 years ago. Because the way how plants grow, in a lot of cases, it starts with a seed. One seed, and once the seed is nurtured properly and so on, it grows into a tree, and of the same tree. Not a different tree. Not a different tree. All right? So we have the opportunity to tell our youth, because they are the ones who will be the adults tomorrow. Listen, there are decisions that you could make now that will end you while you are a youth, and you wouldn't live to see some of the ages that your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents saw. You understand? So that a little 15-year-old boy, 16-year-old, you know, on my screen, you know, with that, a real, not toy gun, no, a real gun, and that's just something to me, boy. No, I don't want to boast about my children and all kind of thing, let people feel that I, you know, thinging myself. But what I'm saying is parents and those of us who are at the head, in front, in charge, teachers, talk show hosts, there are things that you can say. There are things that you can do, because listen, there are people going down in cars and not by choice. They're hearing the radio program and they're hearing things that, and what they hear could impact how they think, and how they think could impact what they do with you. When you go to buy doubles and he come with the gun and he say, everybody give me everything. You understand?
Thank
So
you,
let me
God.
be conscious and stop using the mud theory. Stop using the hate theory. Thank you very much. I'm listening.
Thank you. Mr. Florida, welcome. Mr. Florida, hello.
Hey, hello. Good night, Mr. Anselm. Good night, Mr. Tommy. Good night to all the callers, all the texters, everybody on the live. So, Mr. Anselm, and I want to say good night to the PNM Secretary, Gordon Joseph. Right? He have in the second floor in the Balizi house. That is his office. So anyhow, Mr. Anselm, Mr. Tommy, you see what going on there now? That man talk about changing three ship on the coat of arms. And people give that man a standing ovation for that, you know.
Yep.
So Mr. Anselm, this is the question and Mr. Tommy, I had asked myself, does the upper class, educated ones love mediocrity? Because if you could give a standing vision for that, then them standards is not very high. So what I go leave for the man on the bottom of the barrel and the low ones, the low hanging fruit? What I go leave for them? If the high class people with educated and who with a degree and masters and things like mediocrity, we got to leave for the rest of them, and they give them a standing ovation for that, you know. In 9 years, going in 10 years, right? And this is somebody who on the outside looking in. I don't vote PNM or UNC, right? Because I outside long time. But this somebody on the outside looking in, and I agree with you. Let the diaspora vote. But this is somebody on the outside looking in and looking in. They say America is the most corrupted place in the world, and they always interfere in people's business. But look at the politics right now. Donald Trump is saying a lot of negative things about Kamala. And to call her if she black or if she Indian and thing, and the whole media and every social media and the normal media, they're telling them they don't want to hear that, they want to hear policies. Right? They want to hear, even Fox News and everybody who was on his side want to hear policies. And nobody in Trinidad want to hear policies. Now, let me say this, changing this tree ship is for real, right? Then all the police service uniforms are to change. All the firemen, all the services, and all the children textbooks are to change next year. And how much money you going to cost to do that? Because every documentation you have to do. Now then this expenditure could be only people now, because I don't feel the government have money to do all that. But this is just destruction. If this man could get a standard ovation for that, then as my grandfather used to say, good grief, bloody hell, God save the queen, the rum. That is what he used to say, God save the rum, good grief, bloody hell. Trinidad is this.
Thank you, man.
And crazy. All right, Mr. Answer,
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Okay, good night and thank you. You know,
Hold on, Tommy. Brooklyn, welcome. Hold on a minute.
Good night to you, Walshik. Good night, Uncle Tommy, the viewers and listeners. Now, Walshik, when a man could have 4 slave master name, right? Gordon, Joseph, Maloney, something else. I don't know why they didn't call him Christopher too, like Rowley. Because when a man could listen to 91.9 Pastor Google and them show, and come on your show, your Uncle Tommy show, and talk with Mr. Chance talk, I find that worse than do-to-ishness. I find that worse, Gordon, than do-to-ishness. Because nothing them fellas say is to uplift Trinidad and Tobago. And you coming to repeat what them saying the day on this show. You was quiet all evening, you know, and I didn't call because I didn't hear you. But when I hear you come to talk about Mr. Chance, Bingo, I said, but what kind of stupidness? And then you call your 4 slave master name. But I want to tell you one thing. You see, when Rowley start changing the colonial masters thing, and he moved the ship and he moved Christopher Columbus, I hope you, Gordon Joseph, change your 4 slave masters name when you want to come and repeat it broad on this program. That is do-to-ishness. Well, shit on Uncle Tommy. I hear a man call today and say, because of what the Prime Minister do, pan is real money now. They hear what they're doing? They're trying to make it look like it's because of the PNM, pan expensive. But we had a program last week or some weeks ago, I tell you, pan been expensive. Pan had already leave Trinidad down there behind and gone clear. And pan been making money all over the world. But in Trinidad and Tobago, the PNM sycophant and them coming to tell the people who don't know that because of what the Prime Minister do, making pan the national instrument, now he went to a pan thing and he see a pan for 9,000 TT, a 10 a pan for 9,000 TT. Right? You hear the kind of false information and lying information just to make the PNM look good? It's because of what Rowley do, pan expensive now. You hear the kind of message you want to put out there for that the PNM, you know, the PNM machinery could run with it to make it look like because of the Prime Minister, because of Rowley, pan is now plenty money. You hear the nonsense? Eh? When the same Rowley didn't even want to help the chrome factory when it burned down. The same chrome factory, what was chroming pan in Trinidad, where you could have got 10 a pan for $3,000 TT, right? A few years ago, because that chrome factory burned down and Rowley under the PNM failed to repair and help fix back. He could have given all them airline money. He could give all them big people money. He gave all them, all the friends and financiers, whenever their business have problem, Rowley just bail them out. But when the chrome factory of Trinidad and Tobago burned down, Rowley refused to fix it. Where pan men and people have to send the pan to the US and all over the place to get chrome. Eh? And I want to say one more thing before I go. You, Gordon Joseph. One more thing I want to say. Eh? All the pan makers, arrangers, pan tuners, how much work they do in 9 years under the PNM government, and they're still being owed. They're still being owed. Butch Kelman is one of them, still being owed by the PNM government, have not paid him yet. The guy shook, he's sick. He have not get his money yet. But when they want to come and talk about how much money under Rowley name pan go make, because they be able that stupidness. It's the information. We know the right thing. We know the truth. And we will continue coming on shows like this and speak the truth for people to know what's going on. Gordon Joseph, go on the back of the class, sit down, put your head on the table, and close your eyes. I gone.
So, oh God, Lord have his mercy to me. And I doesn't know what to do to me. Caller, welcome. Caller, welcome.
Hey, I must thank both of you for bringing this show, no boy, because sometimes they can't comedy relief. So you have to sit down there. You have to sit down there as the two hosts to hear somebody trying to demonize me, throw mud on me. And here one of the accusations, I bring in information for my next program, for my next show on this one. All right? That's not what he did. That's not what he did. What he was just accusing me of, that's not what he did. Oh gosh, boy, I want to find the man who come up with that book of Joe Tuishness. I want to find him and tell him, look, let me get a new edition now because I have some suggestions that he could put in it. All right? I want to build it. But listen, there are things that the private sector should deal with, right? Because all governments try to do things to encourage private sector success so that they could play a role, because there is no way that the government in our culture and in our system will be able to do everything. There's no way when it comes to agriculture, education, sports, no way. They will not be able to do anything. There are places that full of oil and making money like that, that they could do almost everything, and yet still, the private sector in this place, in their places, does play a part. And I am saying that here in the Caribbean, here in Trinidad and Tobago, the private sector can't just be making millions and millions and millions and not giving back. All right? Not giving back. The government will not do everything. That don't ever happen in the Western Hemisphere.
Thank you. Thank you.
I fully agree. I fully agree the private sector has to do, but the government has to incentivize it.
But Tommy, I'm sorry to say, you see what Gordon just said there? Right? Whatever juice he drink, he should spit it out. Right? The Prime Minister said he have no problems making the rich richer so they could create opportunities for the poor. There was which company was Answer McCall? One of them companies just make 54. What was it, boy? I want to quote the numbers because I didn't keep it. Make X amount of money profit. You think them going and give them giving back to the poor people down there? You think them doing that? When them get rich, you know what they want to continue to do? They want to continue to make the poor poorer. That is what it is. They may not know time about giving back. Right? Why Prime Minister Rowley don't try to get them people from in the sub-basement? And I keep asking this question. Name one statistic, socioeconomic statistics, where black people are at the top or in the middle of any statistics in the last 9 years in Trinidad and Tobago under Prime Minister Rowley, the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago. And you know what's sad, Tommy? When I hear PNM people like Fox and Patricia Reed and Gordon Joseph and them coming and, oh God, all he doing is wanting our numbers all the time. Them big companies, they don't put out numbers and tell how much money they make.
Of course.
They don't put out and tell how much money they make. When 26% of black people living below the poverty line, them don't want to deal with that, you know. Them don't want to deal with that because they want to defend the PNM rather than look at them people. Because under Kamala Prasad, it was 17.3%. They don't want to deal with that. So you know what they will say? Oh God, look, he come again. All you want to talk about is fact, number this and number that. Facts. What the show he does listen to? Facts are a stubborn thing. Is that the show he does listen to? I will just call it Tommy. I know what it is. Facts. Oh yeah, why is it one? Facts is a stubborn thing. Yeah, 17.3% black people living below the poverty line in 2015. Under Prime Minister Rowley, it is 26.3%, and it could be higher. It could be higher.
Yeah, well, you know, to encourage those who are making buku money to be of assistance, like I said, there could be incentives put in place by whoever is the administration that will make these things a reality.
Tommy, them don't care about that. Look. The Chinese company involved in corruption, they get a contract from HDC. Right? What is close to $500 million?
Yeah.
Naveen Jindal and his company, them come, right? They want to deal with Roger and them. They want to deal with them. But remember before election, before They was talking about they're going to give patriotic the refinery, right? Election gimmick is gimmick after gimmick. I have to give this current RPNM. They are very good. They are the masters of election gimmicks in Trinidad and Tobago. Masters. They have mastered the art. Folks, you're going to go for a quick break. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Don't forget, folks, share the live. And I'm going to, Tommy, do you know of any other government in Trinidad and Tobago that have dealt with five companies outside of Trinidad and Tobago that have been involved in corruption? Five. You know of any other government? Let me put the question out to the people. Do you all know of any government in the history of Trinidad and Tobago where they have been dealing with companies and 5 of them have been involved in corruption? 5. And there are others we might even haven't researched yet. Yeah, Point 14. Point 14, welcome.
Yes, President Almighty was sheep and the co-host Uncle Tony.
Yes.
You know, Simelia, and I'm listening to Gordon Joseph. I'm a mind run back on something here. If you want to know something is beautiful, you have to understand where the ugliness comes from.
Right.
And if you want to understand intelligence, you have to have a sense of foolishness. So Gordon Joseph, I realize you have a part to play in this show here on 95.9. You would be the backbone of this show being successful for the nonsense you continue to spill on this program. So keep it up. We're going to make you famous on this show if you want to educate yourself. Nocturnal listening.
Thank you, man. Thank you. He will say UNC. Mr. Anthem asks Gordon, he will say UNC. Oh, God. All right. So folks, holy calls. I want to play this video for you all. Okay. Gordon, we want to play a video. Go ahead, quickly. We want to play a video. Go ahead. We want to play a video. Go ahead.
Gordon Bernard Maloney, the first. I just adding the first because my big brother died. He was the first. I was the second, so I become the first.
Okay.
I have no problem with my name. I didn't give myself the name.
Gordon.
People call me all kind of different things, right? So I have no problem with my name, right? That is 1. 2, listen, I don't want to be famous. I don't need to be famous. What I need to do is take responsibility for myself and all who concern me. So that is why I train up my children in the way that they should grow, so that they will not depart from truth and good living. That's good enough for me. When I look and see how they're operating, they could stand on their own. I feel good. When I help somebody to get into a place where they could stand on their own, I feel good about that. I don't need no fame. I don't need nothing to think that. Concerning government and giving incentive, Tommy, there was a time the government gave about 150% tax break. As I told you all, I managed a football team for about 26 years, right? And listen, them people and them ignore that 1 or 2 who gave us, because we're always looking for sponsorship, 1 or 2 who gave us, but the vast majority, nada, zilk. And look at the kind of incentive they have. Because listen, there is something that is innate, and that is what they call greed. Give me all. Get all I can all I get. And there are very few who will go with the principle that is in the book that I endorse about sowing and reaping. When you give, you could get back when you give with the right attitude. But it has some of them, they are on getting all what they can and canning what they get. Give others a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, good night, Mr. Wash. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Gordon Joseph, Maloney the first, you're choking up the line and wash it.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, in that meeting, you know, Dr. Ali recognize you, old boss. He talking about
Where KFC go?
yeah, man.
No audio, Wall Street.
Yeah, KFC, we hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was telling you know, Dr. Ali recognize you, old boss. Patrick Manning Saturday was his birthday. We see you nothing for him.
Nah, he ain't do nothing for him. He can't do nothing for him.
But I better start with Patrick Manning, man.
Yeah.
Gordon Joseph give the line all the rest of man choking up the line. You know that strong supporter.
Yeah, man, bless. Caller, welcome. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Thank you, thank you. This is Paul, Trinidadian, just live in St. Vincent at the Grenadines. Producer of Good Morning SVG. Yes, good night. And I represent the World Humanitarian Organization as the ambassador. The question I would like to ask tonight, you know, my heart goes out to the people who are financially challenged in Trinidad and Tobago under the Ministry of Housing, that we are some of the people in the diaspora and who's living in the, you know, just in the Caribbean, you know. We feel so saddened to see some of the families on the street, children 11, 5, 6, 8 years old on the streets that they was thrown out of the apartment or even if the energy houses, and they're on the street. We asked Mr. Rowley to revisit the action that they took to put families on the street. Are they thinking that the PNM government will retain office with this sort of behavior? Are we looking at it, you know, do we have people with compassion still in Trinidad and Tobago? I am saying to you, my heart is hurting to see Trinidad and Tobago was the most loving country in the entire region, and to see how much that we lose our compassion for our own, you know, all that they're promoting is blood on the street, 10, 6, 7 people, and that is the best we can do, even with the journalists in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, our heart is really bleeding. And it's not only that I'm speaking on behalf of the people in the region, but also in the diaspora. I've had so many conversations, you know, and we say to Mr. Rowley, don't think it's not a threat that the power's in your hand. Because, you know, for example, Mr. Wall Street, you would have been an athlete back in the days and what's not. You know, we are going to network. If it's that what it takes to get the PNM out of power, you know, that treat people like dogs on the street in Trinidad and Tobago. My heart is hurting. Thank you for that's my contribution tonight. We'd like to know, you know, even if the families are financially challenged, can they just give a package that is smaller than the installment with time and stretch it out, you know, rather than have families on the street sitting by garbage bin? I'd like to say something to you. My father just passed in San Fernando, Gasparillo, just about 2 weeks ago. I got into Trinidad and I was at the Independence Square, and I saw on the you know, that building, I think it was Royal Bank. Is that this the bank? Yes, Royal Bank. You had about 45 vagrants in a line under the bank. One gentleman said to me, I took my phone and I took a photo. The gentleman said to me, Miss Williams, you haven't seen anything yet. The government had some sort of building or something to house these people, but they come out on the street because there's no food. Could you answer that for me, please, Mr. Wall Street? I know this is outside of the topic that you're speaking about, but this is a shame to see what is taking place in Trinidad, okay?
Thank you.
I was trying to find my good friend, Mr. Matt Falloon, who is a journalist with the BBC News, and ask him to please leave what they're doing and try to find out who is our correspondent in the Caribbean to let them know that we really gone as a people and we're going really far. What does it take for us to come back to where we used to be? Thank you.
Thank you. Oh God. Tommy boy.
Yeah, well, the Venezuelans is who getting compassion.
Yeah. She was one from St. Vincent, boy. She say, boy, oh God, Tommy boy. I don't know. I don't know what else to say now.
If you have any, you're getting compassion.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy, the homeless people. Is it Republic Bank? And then there was a place close to around by Besson Street down there under that building where the homeless people used to be.
I was thinking it was Republic.
Yeah, I was thinking Republic too. And I don't think Republic have a underneath. You know what I'm saying? On Independence
Besson Street.
You know, there's a building. There used to be a building. It was just on the strip itself, across some planning they had down there. Right across from Besson Street, the old Besson Street police station. It was across from them. I don't know if that's the building she's talking about. But Tommy, listener, Trinidadians, only listen to this, listen carefully, This might be a help to many Trinidadians. Take a listen to this, Tommy.
Living in Trinidad and Tobago can be challenging. With rising crime rates, a high cost of living, and limited job opportunities, you might be wondering if a better life is possible.
Hello everybody, this is Grant Kaplan from the Law Office of Grant Kaplan in Boca Raton, Florida in the United States. We are a full-service immigration law office and we will be coming to Trinidad and Tobago and various other countries throughout the world. So if you're living there, you will need some information, we will be coming to you personally to come and see you.
Whether you're seeking new business opportunities and investments or a safer community, let us help you explore if migrating to the United States is the right choice for you.
And if you're interested, please contact us. Our email address is grant@gkaplanlaw.com. We're based in Florida, but we have clients throughout the United States and throughout the world.
So folks, if you have Tommy hearing me?
Yes.
So folks, if you have an interest, that might be able to help many people in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? Because they'll be in Trinidad. And, you know, as I told many of the athletes in Trinidad, the parents and them, if you have an athlete, try your best to get them out from under Prime Minister Rowley. Try your best. Try to let them, even if they have to go to community college, go to community college. Take a scholarship to a community college. Give them the opportunity to make something of their life in the future. Right? Because staying in Trinidad under this evil, wicked RPNM government, it's not going to help. It's not going to help. Try and get a scholarship. Yeah? And as a matter of fact, for those individuals in Trinidad and Tobago who have an athlete and they have, I call it AA, academics and athletics, reach out to me at wallstreettrini@gmail.com. I will provide my services for free. Free services. Reach out to me right now. If they're in football, they're going to have to be able to get a video of themselves performing in order for me to help with the process. All right? It's not just a send me article. If they're on a national team, there's scholarship material already. Any kid on a national team, Tommy, is scholarship
material. Yeah.
Any kid. If you're on a track and field team, a swimming team, water polo team, a golf team, any team, scholarship material. Yeah, KFC.
Yeah. When I Wall Street, because I don't go to me.
Yeah.
I forgot to say Wall Street.
Yeah.
You know what the building, the homeless will say? Amalgamated building by the close down there. And they said that building a 5-star hotel. I don't go to the 5-star hotel right now. So all them figures them all over town. And they see some young figures popping up now. Wall Street have a young athlete going for the craft games, a young man. You know, he hang himself sometime, I think it's Saturday or Friday, eh?
Where you was from? Really? You running craft?
Some from you running craft games and And you think you are doing Baba and I'm thinking all on the news.
But you know,
the film was talking about him, you do some other thing for this country. Run and thinking it.
KFC.
Oh.
Anybody in Trinidad that running a character games is full scholarship material. Full scholarship. Let me say this again. Any individual that represent Trinidad in a character games, full scholarship material. Mean asking, I'm telling you. Full scholarship material. If you represent Trinidad in character in swimming, any sport, any national team you want in Trinidad and Tobago, you have full scholarship material in the United States of America. Full scholarship.
But he gonna you run the craft again, but he ain't gonna support from what with the scholarship to come out there.
But yeah, I mean, if and listen, that's part of what the Lavantil to Wall Street Scholarship Foundation was about to know. And you know, Tommy, it's interesting. I've said this. You know, a person high up in the PNM told me, they say, boy, Wall Street.
So you hear that story?
No, I didn't hear that story. No, I didn't hear that story.
We could find that story. I used to run and think too.
Yeah,
You're doing young, you're doing 23 years, you know.
Oh God, that's sad, man. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad. Yeah.
If I get this story, I go send it.
Yeah, send it for me. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, bless. Tommy, let's play the editorial that I was just talking to you about.
Yep.
The election gimmick editorial.
Yep. Play it.
Yeah, let me play it. Folks, listen to this. This is the editorial that was done today.
Prime Minister Raouli's initiatives, pre-general election gimmicks or genuine reform. An editorial by Professor Wall Street. As Trinidad and Tobago approaches another general election, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has introduced a series of initiatives, from the removal of colonial symbols like the 3 Columbus ships from the national coat of arms to promises of constitutional reform. However, a closer examination raises serious concerns about whether these moves are genuine attempts at reform or merely pre-election gimmicks designed to sway voters. Here are 10 reasons why these initiatives may be more about political maneuvering than meaningful change. 1. Timing of the initiatives. The most significant indicator that these actions are election gimmicks is their timing. These initiatives are being rolled out just before a general election, similar to how promises of local government reform were made before the last local elections and ultimately went unfulfilled. 2. Lack of public consultation. Major changes like altering the coat of arms or constitutional reform should involve extensive public consultation. The sudden announcement of these initiatives without broad-based discussion suggests they are more about creating a political spectacle than engaging with the people's genuine concerns. 3. Track record of unfulfilled promises. Dr. Rowley's administration has a history of making grand promises before elections that fail to materialize afterward. The much-touted local government reform is a prime example, where promises were made to enhance local governance, but no substantial changes followed once the elections were over. 4. Symbolic gestures. Over substantive change. While the removal of colonial symbols might have symbolic importance, it does little to address the pressing socioeconomic issues facing the country. It appears to be a distraction from the real problems that need solving, such as crime, unemployment, and the state of the economy. 5. Political messaging. These initiatives seem carefully crafted to appeal to nationalist sentiments and to distract from the government's shortcomings. By focusing on changing symbols, the government can avoid addressing more challenging policy issues that require long-term commitment and resources. 6. No clear plan for implementation. The announcements have been made, but there has been little clarity on how these changes will be implemented. Without a clear, transparent plan, these initiatives risk being nothing more than empty promises intended to garner votes. 7. Absence of legislative framework. Major constitutional reforms require a robust legislative framework and consensus. However, there has been no substantial movement in Parliament to initiate these reforms, suggesting that these promises are not backed by the political will necessary to see them through. 8. Recycling old ideas. Some of the proposed reforms, such as changes to the Constitution, are not new and have been discussed in various forms for years without any action. Reintroducing them now, on the eve of an election, raises suspicions that they are being used as a tool to gain political advantage rather than a genuine effort at reform. 9. Failure to address root causes. Removing colonial symbols and monuments may have emotional appeal, but it does not address the root causes of the country's issues. True leadership would focus on systemic reforms that tackle the underlying challenges facing the nation rather than superficial changes. 10. Lack of follow-through on prior commitments. Dr. Rowley's government has previously made several commitments that were never fulfilled. This pattern of behavior undermines the credibility of the current promises and suggests that these new initiatives may similarly be abandoned once the elections are over. In conclusion, while the initiatives proposed by Prime Minister Raouli might appear to be steps towards progress, the timing, lack of consultation, and history of unfulfilled promises suggest that they are more likely pre-election gimmicks designed to distract and deceive the electorate. The people of Trinidad and Tobago deserve more than symbolic gestures. They deserve real, substantive change that addresses the nation's pressing challenges.
So there you have it, folks.
Mhm.
You have it. Editorial with election gimmicks. It's election gimmick season as far
That's
as
right.
Prime Minister Rowley is concerned. And the editorial tells it all, Tommy.
Yep.
We talk about local government reform. We ain't get nothing from that.
Still waiting.
Still waiting. 100 million into urban areas. We still waiting, right? They take 50 something million, and Patricia Reed saying that was private. The Zuna, right?
Yeah.
It was private. But I want to answer Patricia. Patricia say, call the names you claim in corruption again. Like Patricia wasn't here last night, but just in case you wasn't here, Patricia. The first company is with Naveen Jindal, involving corruption in India. The second company, Hafer, involving corruption in India. The third company, China Gezuba Group International Engineering Company, has been involved in corruption-related issues. For instance, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development sanctioned CGGC and its subsidiaries for fraudulent practices related to projects in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Additionally, there have been concerns about transparency and potential corruption in their projects in the Caribbean, including Trinidad and Tobago. Number four, China Harbor Engineering Company Limited, CHEC, have been involved in corruption cases in several countries. For example, one, Bangladesh. CHEC was blacklisted by the Bangladesh government in 2018 for attempting to bribe a senior official over a highway expansion contract. Two, Bolivia. CHEC faced allegation of bribery involving the Bolivian Highway Authority, leading to dismissal of the general manager and the arrest of several officials. Three, Kenya. There have been reports of corruption and unethical practices involving CHEC in various infrastructure projects. And five, Sandals have been involved in corruption in several countries. And Prime Minister Rowley have been dealing with those five companies and some of them himself. Yeah, Patricia, we hope that helps. Corruption at its fullest, you know? And okay. Let me go to the chat here. I just Fox only trying to shift the goalpost. Removing a drawing there, boy, the man disrespecting them people right in their face. And they have to smile and take it. How they afraid Rowley so? Yeah, they're afraid of him, you know. No joke, you know. They're afraid of him, you know. Yeah. All right. So let me go to another video before we get out here. Tommy, here is a project. A project that not just an agriculture project, but this project is a project in Philadelphia. I want you to take a listen to this.
Isaiah Clark White never considered himself a plumber, so Monday the 14-year-old prayed for no leaks to come out of this copper elbow.
We're testing to see if the pipe will leak because we soldered all these on.
When it came for the moment of truth,
It's on. All right, it's one. Good job.
a seamless soldering job helped lead to some airtight confidence.
Definitely builds confidence. I'll never be able to do this right now.
Isaiah has learned soldering and many other skills at the Build-A-Man camp, an 8-week program for young black men ages 12 to 17 that helps them learn hands-on trades.
This is low voltage, low current. You see what's coming through my fingers?
They're taught by professional tradesmen who are experts in plumbing, carpentry, and electrical. They also learn financial literacy so they can market those skills.
So with this, learning about all the trades, it's like giving me an insight to like see what I want to do with my life.
When campers start in July, it takes some a while to get on board.
Of course, most of them, when they heard about it, they're like, I don't really want to come, you know, carpentry, electrical, I don't want to do that.
But Zachary Frazier says that all changes when they get tools in their hands.
Now that they're here and they're engaged, they're like showing me how important a program like this really is.
That means a little bit of water.
12-year-old Ian Benson Mackins is finding importance in being able to help his family.
And I come from like a single mom household, so I'm like so used to being like me and my mom doing it together. And now I'm learning more and more stuff that I can help around. Like, if she needs something fixed, I can go to the house and be like, okay, Mom, fix this real quick.
And Coach Frazier teaches building a man means building up each other.
Every day is not going to be a good day, right? But that doesn't mean that you give up.
And he wants to show these young men the most important tool they have is community. Eva Anderson, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Deep.
No, Tommy, and let us talk about we don't come with solutions, right? We don't come with solutions. Think about it, Tommy. If you are an electrician or a plumber, you know how much money a plumber does make?
A whole
And not
lot.
only that, a whole lot of money. Because you need a plumber. If you have a house, you need a plumber. You have an apartment, you need a plumber. You could start your own company and you could hire people, right? Now, the agriculture, what they're trying to do, that might be. But the age group, Tommy?
Yep.
12 to 17. Right? They have a program for people 18 to 35. That's fine. That's fine. But it's the young people where you want to keep off the streets. And you see that is in Philadelphia?
Yep.
In Philadelphia. So them fellas and them, I think them fellas and them want to create them fellas so they could go and work at Massey. They could go and work at all these other places and things like that. That's what I think they want. Yeah?
Or they can be recruited by the drug dealers.
Or they can be recruited by the drug dealers. Caller, welcome.
Yes. And that kind of program there in Florida.
You know, in Philadelphia.
Is what?
In Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, sorry.
Yeah.
Is what I will definitely endorse. And it reminds me of Mylat and My Part and MIC and all these places. But we, the seniors, we have to help create that hunger in the youth to go and get involved. We have to help them to develop that hunger rather than because nowhere the few moments that we Listen, nowhere did I hear any of the leaders talking about the government ain't like you, they ain't care about you, they ain't got that no tuishness. They're telling them about the trade and how you could fix yourself and help fix your family and help fix your future. And I believe if those at the head go down that kind of road, listen, it will be a lot harder for the young ones to feel comfortable to go with a friend with a gun or to do some kind of stupidness. You understand? So I believe that, yes, all these things are there and the people are not going for it. Some of them. Why? It have a lot to do, I believe, with what they are hearing, with what they are seeing. And I have a suggestion. You see these criminal activities that are happening now. I know this is a touch and go kind of thing. I'm not anybody oppose it. I can't think them because it's what's going through my mind. Ever so often you're picking up people who do well, people who win gold, people who, achieve their bachelor's degree and their master's and all these different things. You see, when these people do this stupidness and they end up getting surprised, and what I mean by that is like, okay, it was very, very more than unfortunate what happened to more than 4 people in one shot. All right, down there in Central. All right, and a young girl, boy, that hurted me, boy. A young girl under 17 years, boy. You understand? Had to be passing in that. And afterwards, you see the kind of, operation that she used to be involved in. I am saying, we should put up these things. Let the young ones and them see it. No, I'm not saying maybe don't show their face. Right? They're dead on the ground, right? Because of how things went. Don't show their face. But just how you have billboard advertising the best tires and the best concrete and the best toothpaste, put up these things as a deterrent to see if it can help deter some of these young people from feeling that, hey, I want to get rich fast or die young. I want a bling, I want a gold, I want a nice shoe, I want a thing. When they see them picture, when they're going down the highway and they see that up there, look what happened to him, look what happened to she. It have who will feel, I don't want to go down that road, boy. I will go my Latin set or my part or MIC or these places where I could get in a trade and get in something. And if the leaders, I talk about the people with the mic and thing, take them kind of position, hey, we might be able to save a few, boy.
Yes. Thank you. Tommy.
Yep.
Sometimes going from that. Yeah, Mr. Florida, welcome. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hey, hello, good night, Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy. Mr. Answer, I see we showed it. That is a great initiative. But the thing that is happening in Trinidad and Tobago now, where we have to fix things, Mr. Anselm and Mr. Tommy. First thing we have to fix is the detection rate and the conviction rate. That is the only way you can detract people from turning into a life of crime. Because once you do a crime, if you get caught and the conviction rate is high and the conviction rate is high, it will help. The second thing we have to ask ourselves, why certain schools do excellent in SEA and CXE, and certain schools don't do excellent. That's the next thing we have to stop. Because in order to do any course, Mr. Anselm, any course, you must know the basics. And in electrical and in plumbing and in everything, you must have math and you must have English. So these are questions we have to ask ourselves, and who we gonna blame for that? Everybody gonna say they're gonna blame parents and that. But you see, it's $8 billion a year in secondary education. So it always starts with the government. Look on listen, Mr. Hansman, Mr.
Thank you.
Tommy.
Thank you.
Hey.
You see, Tommy, part of the problem is that the PNM, this Rowley-led PNM, spends money and they don't get value for their money.
Why?
Take a listen to this.
A matter in Parliament It concerns a lobbying firm in the United States, Washington, called DC LLC. But there's a fellow named Arthur Collins, called Art Collins, who runs it. And since December 2015, they have been paying him per month, I can say it now, 100,000 United States dollars per month. They have paid over 66 million TT dollars, 100,000 US a month in US currency. And you know what his job is? Organize meeting. Who organizes meeting tonight? Will you get 10 US dollars? Huh? 100,000 United States dollars. I have the latest contract in my hand. Another 2 years they have signed between the Ministry of Finance and DC company in America. It is now dated, brothers and sisters, the 24th of January 2024, recently. They signed a 3-year contract from January, again, for 2.7 million United States dollars to be paid 100,000 US per month. Going to a man who does go to New York to say he organizing diaspora. My brother and sister could organize that. Them could organize some kind of meeting and thing. You go on there to pay 100,000, and this is the corruption we face. When we raise this in Parliament, Rowley said, I know him, but he's not working for the PNM. This is how they intend to fund their political campaign. 100,000 US per month. And this is the latest contract, January 2024, for 3 years. But I assure him, Mrs. Prasad Bisesa has, what they call that machine where you put paper in a shredder? She has a shredder. And this contract should go in the shredder. We must terminate this nonsense of giving people. We have a mission in the United States, Washington, New York, Miami, and so on. Their job is to promote Trinidad and Tobago. We don't give people $100,000 per month to promote Trinidad and Tobago. This is the indecency. We have asked questions after question in the Parliament. Myself, Mrs. Prasad Bisesa, and others have asked questions on this. And this is sheer corruption, brothers and sisters. So we have other speakers, of course. We have other...
What?
Mr. Atlanta, welcome. Hello, caller.
Yeah, hi, Wall Street.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So, didn't know you?
Huh?
Why, Wall Street, you let that contract? Nah. You got a good piece of that. You wouldn't have anything. Oh, gosh, you self lacking Wall Street.
Oh,
Yeah, putting out your feelers. They didn't put out your feelers there on Wall Street. You know the people. You know people in high places. And you let that thing go on to, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the firm. And you there sitting down, they want to pay to come and go? Oh, gosh, Wall Street. Anyway, I just called to give you that.
Yeah, man, thanks. Tommy?
You can negotiate that for yourself.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Tommy. Hey, Tommy?
Yep.
100,000, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
100,000 a month.
A month. US, you know? Caller, welcome.
It was shit and Uncle Tommy. Good night again.
Good night.
Shit. All when you used to be taking Rowley, all in Forever 21 to shop when he in Brooklyn, and then walking him through Brooklyn and taking him to shop. You used to pay that kind of money? Because I know it's when they carry him in Long Island, and you see how in Long Island how they just pay the property tax and keep their neighborhood clean in them places, and you know the state had nothing to do with that. That is a property tax thing they have in Long Island. I know you came down there too, and when you see it, you go back to Trinidad and tell them property tax in the tail. And he get that kind of money. Maybe because your hair too nutty, man. Maybe if your hair was, and you look like him both a little lighter, you get that kind of money. But Wall Street, real quick, my suggestion for crime, when Trinidad and Tobago, when the state isn't today, I say anytime you see a whole criminal that do a murder with a gun, shoot anybody and kill them. Before you can put them in any jail to make any time, once you have all the evidence and you catch him on the murder scene, the hand that he used to shoot with the gun, he must lose that hand. So if he ever had to kill again, he only have one more hand he can shoot a gun with. And if he do kill again, he lost the next hand. That fella will never be able to hold a gun to shoot nobody for the rest of the lifetime he lived. And if we have to mind him in jail, we have a reason to mind him because he now is a cripple, right? And that is the law I will put. I fed up of people talking about, oh, the Constitution and the jail, to put them in jail and with taxpayers' money minding them, and they're coming out strong and fat to kill again. No. And when these type of laws is put in place, you go see how fast people go to look for honest work. You go see how fast people stop doing that murdering and killing and crime. Because now when you do wrong thing, you may lose a finger. From the finger, it might end up to be a whole hand, especially when it comes to murdering somebody else. And that is when we go see change in Trinidad and Tobago. Because I can tell you, nothing they do right now, with the way all them people and them happy murdering people. Nobody don't care about murdering people no more. Not until you put something in place. Not even the hanging, they go afraid. Because it's too seasoned now. That long time they're afraid of hanging. Them boy go still kill because they figure you ain't gonna catch him. But when they know, they may lose a right hand or a left hand. And then they might end up with no hand. They can't shoot nobody again. The crime rate will go down and we go have less killers in Trinidad and Tobago. That's my suggestion. People might think it's harsh, but guess what? Taking somebody's life is more harsh than that. And that's the kind of mentality we need in Trinidad and Tobago. Take off their hand when they shoot. I go on.
Thank you. Tommy.
Yeah.
I hear you. Tommy, you
Yeah.
see, this is the kind of red trick that Gordon Joseph goes to 91.9 and he regurgitates. You understand? Look what he regurgitated on the thing. KFC, welcome.
The night Mr. Walsh, go ahead, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, KFC.
Congratulations. Broken come to take up then. So how you calling you go boost all lawyers will get paid. How the country go run? See no crime with that business?
It's a big business.
You must follow it right now?
Algorithm.
406.
Yeah.
And Dr. Oliver has a funeral home who was ready for the COVID. Right now you overload ERL dead bodies right now.
Think it's easy.
Crime is business in this country. That's the PNM, man. I don't care about crime.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy, have a blessed night.
Bless. Yeah.
Tommy, remember, you to take a rest. Bless.
Yeah, man.
Tommy, this is what, you see, Gordon Joseph just talk of both sides of his mouth, you know. You see what he put up there, right?
Yeah.
He wanted property and did not get it. So it's mud for them. I wanted property for me. I wanted property. Right? So when he says he wanted property, what does that mean? I wanted property for me, right?
Right.
I was going to put up an Assembly Born Scholarship Foundation or an Assembly Born Empowerment Center. You see? Gordon has talked from both sides of his mouth. That wasn't for me. I happy in the United States of America.
You're trying to help. You're trying to help.
Yeah, and Tommy, that would just get me upset, man. When them fellas and them try to defend the outside defensible, making it up. They try to defend the undefensible, the indefensible, the out defensible. You understand? And I mean something as the Laventel to Wall Street Empowerment Center. You will think a person that grew up in Passy Street, Laventel, would say, boy, that is a brilliant idea. But you know what he says? The same thing he hears on 91.9.
Yep.
That he hear from Mr. Bingo, he hear from Bacteria, right? He hear from them people on them, from the internet, the pastor with the internet search engine name, the PSA hater, and them is the people he come and he regurgitates. You understand? And then he want to talk about, hey, this, that, and the other. And then you want to talk about the Bible and all this kind of thing. Oh, God, man. No, I'm sorry. But he's in HDD. You know what HDD is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes?
Yeah.
And here the next one come. Here the next one. So who the property was for? A ghost apply for it. It was the Laventel to Wall Street Scholarship Foundation and the Laventel to Wall Street Empowerment Center.
Which is an initiative to help youths, to help the youths of the area, to help your youth and all public can get help. Is this initiatives to help reduce some of the problems that are plaguing the country?
Yeah. But you know what Fox Island and them want? Yeah? Yeah, what they want? They want to take away property from a cultural organization as Panchin Bego and give it to a wealthy businessman. They want them to change the name of the Emancipation Day to African Emancipation Day, and they have a piece of property, and them happy with that.
Give them nothing.
Give them nothing. Nothing. They don't want nothing.
Don't even want to give them money to run the emancipation celebration.
Correct. And them other people could get all kind of lands down in Shagaramas, all about the place for nothing. Look at the big thing they have on the highway there for that water place, that water company. Folks, all it should be all you know. And that's why Prime Minister Rowley have 26% all the below the poverty line, and all you go continue to support him over and over. Caller, welcome. Caller.
Well,
welcome, caller.
You are not the only person who requested assistance from government and did not get it, all right? You are not the only one. That is one. Two, you are not the only one who, when you didn't get it, you pull aside and put your tail between your leg in a corner and start to sob. But the difference is, one, you have a mic. Two, some of those persons went on to plan B. I happen to know that you are not the only person who requested some kind of property or financial assistance in aid of trying to help youths or to help Trinbagonians. Okay? Some of them got blank for all the different reasons and they went on to plan B. And you don't have to hear them now. You understand? Just mud pelting and hating. Every project that come up, everything that is, when it's good, what you're hearing is, there's a government ploy, there's the election gimmick, or you're hearing, well, that's what government's supposed to do. Nobody's supposed to talk about that. That's what they're supposed to do. Gosh, boy, hey, you see that book? I want the government to ban that book, boy. Give me Mr. Rowley number now, boy. Don't tuishness.
Thank you.
So you wanted money from the government?
Yeah, I wanted money. Tommy,
you were bringing something to the plate.
Hello, tell them, Tommy. You tell him.
I was bringing U.S. financing.
You tell him, Tommy.
All he needed is the accommodation.
That's it. An abandoned building sitting there for 20 years. Yeah? And this government like black people. And you want me to continue sitting and support that government with a black prime minister who said he could be the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago? I had to be do-to-ish. To support something like that. Yeah? Yeah?
To continue supporting.
Continue supporting something like that.
Because you supported up to a certain extent.
Correct. I had to be do-4-ish, not 2-ish. I had to be do-4-ish. 2 is too small. I had to double it. I had to be do-4-ish. Yeah, Tommy? Do-4-ish. Not do-2-ish. Do-4-ish. Caller, welcome. Look the next one. Yeah, the next one. Go hold on a minute, caller. Yeah, the next one. Where the US is coming from? Oh God, Tommy.
Not from Trinidad.
Not from Trinidad.
From the US.
From the US. Yeah? Yeah? Caller, welcome. Caller. Yeah.
Calm now. Take a deep breath.
Oh,
right? Take a deep breath. I am here, and once there are people, let me tell you, you must not listen to your distractors, or even if you listen to them, know that they are speaking, that's just another opinion. You understand? Even the distractors have their take. You have to know what you were doing and what you were trying to do. And Tommy, everybody should know or know that, right? My thing is, we hear so much noise and stay quiet.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like you may talk, right? You have a microphone and you will talk.
Yeah.
You do not have to make excuses. You do not have to say, I was doing that. We knew. Listen, what you were doing, if you had gotten it, well, I tell you, we would have more power, not to say we wouldn't have had power, more powerful youth who believe in themselves, right?
Correct.
And I know you are one of those people who was trying to do that. The only problem I have now, the only problem I have is, as the caller said, when you heard no, you put your tail between your legs and move along.
And listen,
right?
and you know what I did? Listen to what I did. They don't know. I went back to Running Development Academy in the United States of America and trained many athletes who have gotten scholarships. And not only that, and I'm getting paid to do it. This summer, I was busy like 25 bumblebees. Busy.
Okay. So we that's a loss to us. That's a gain for them. Wall Street?
Yes.
That was a beautiful gain for them.
Yeah.
And we lost out on that. Because we were going to, I saw what you did there. And you might have done 10 times more in your own country.
And Miss Atlanta, not only that, but my services were free. Nobody had to pay me. Nobody had to pay me. All the PNM had to do was to give an abandoned building. It abandoned for years.
All right. Now remember, you said that what they did in fact was abandon it and broke it down or some kind of thing. So
They
right?
mashed
the building?
They mashed it down like chili, baby. It was.
So why didn't you do just now? You didn't have to wait till they do it. But it's better you stand up and start mashing down and building over and don't worry about them, because if they mash it down, you understand?
No, but they had owned it. They had owned it.
They had owned it.
Yeah, they owned it. The government owned it.
Excuse me. Do you think rebels say they own that if they have to do something?
Yeah,
you have to be a rebel in this land.
No, they would have locked them up.
And I'm not saying illegal.
No, they would have locked them up.
Doing things illegally.
Mr. Atlanta, they would have locked them up and throw away the key like how they do Christmas list.
No. Throw away the key like who? Like
how they do Christmas list. Remember the Canadian guy who was in Trinidad and they locked him up?
Yeah, but he lived a high life. I mean, he was populated. He came into a brand new. Never see him online after all over the world.
Miss Atlanta, you know what?
Unhappy.
You know what highfalutin PNM person told me? They say Wall Street. They should take Lavantil out of that name. Make it another name. Lavantil.
You should take what?
Lavantil out of the name. Lavantil to Wall Street Empowerment Center. They say take Lavantil out of the name and make it something else.
Probably yes, but I like what you did by putting establishing Lavantil, meaning that you're doing it for Lavantil, because it could have been Wall Street or it could be Westmoreland's headquarters.
Mr. Atlanta, let me tell you something. This is facts. I could talk about it because I have an experience. Prime Minister Rowley do not like black people. The PNM do not like black people. Plain talk, bad manners. And the statistics are there to show they don't like black people.
Not just that, but black people don't like black people.
Correct is right. They don't like themselves. Dr. Claude Anderson says a race that's taught to hate itself and love the world would become its own oppressor. A race that's taught to hate itself and love the world will become its own oppressor. And that's what's going on in Trinidad under Prime Minister Raulino. They don't want nothing good for black people.
No, but listen to me, Wall Street. To be fair, Rowley has little work to be done, because that's where it has always been, because there was always PNM has, besides Rowley, yes, Rowley is here now, But that's why he could control, because they have their mind. He has their mind, right? And that's why, sometimes I say you have to forgive them. Just concentrate on you. I concentrate on the positive people, right? If we go making noise about kicking a pan and, pelting stones behind dogs, why do that? Concentrate on the people who are doing well, who are doing good, or who's thriving. I'm hurt that but wait, that piece of property you were to get, it was never built up.
No, it was
Yeah.
it was the former Workers Bank. And you know
Huh?
something? You know something, Miss Atlanta? If that was Kamala
What?
Prasad Besessa, we'd have the Lavantil to Washington Empowerment Center there right now.
Of course.
We would have
Of
that.
course.
I could say that
Of course.
without fear or favor.
Of
If that was Kamala Prasad Besessa,
Of
we would have
course.
the Lavantil to Washington Empowerment Center. But we have a
I'm-
black
I'm
man.
not only-
Go ahead.
I'm not only listen. If it was Kamala, it would not only be that; it would have been more. You would not only have 1 billion; it would have been more,
Correct.
and it would have been bigger.
Yep.
Right. Yep. But we have to. People have to look at themselves too, because one man can't have all that power. One set of people can't have that power. Right? Try and release that power and do good. If everybody tried to do as much as they could, it will happen. As Tommy said, I have faith. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And I have faith. You said that you don't believe he's going to call elections early. When is early? He can call it next year. I'm not saying this year.
No,
but
next
I
year.
know that man is working hard to gather the troops because the troops are fraying. Take what I'm telling you.
Thank you.
But I wish everybody luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hear what he's saying to me. So why you didn't apply for the building when Kamala was prime minister? Oh God. Tommy, yeah, Tommy. Oh God. All right. I'm gonna be impeccable with my words, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Tommy. You're so right. Black licking up black, like what Wall Street is doing every day. Yeah? And Dr. Roddy licking up black people in Trinidad every single day, every minute, every hour. 26% of them living below the poverty line under him. What he doing? What he doing? Most of the kids scoring under 50% in the SCA is black kids. Who licking them up? Who's the prime minister? 100 Cape scholarship. 80% are Indian. Who looking up who? 65% black people dead last year. Who looking up who? The highest number 1 or number 2 murders in the history of Trinidad and Tobago from Gordon, who looking up who? Who looking up who, Gordon? Oh God, Gordon, man. What a tangle web we weave when we try to deceive. Folks, put your closing comments in the chat. Put your closing comments in the chat. I have to say, Gordon, for you and Fox, if Kamala Prasad Besessa was in power, them youths and them would have a place to go where they could get online jobs, free computer classes, of course, a special department to deal with athletic and academic scholarship, SAT classes for free. Free. Yeah, ACT classes for free. Free. Yeah? Folks, we're going to go for a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Stick and say, Tommy boy? Tommy,
It's useless trying to edify some of our brothers in Trinidad, because
yeah, bro, it's useless.
They had in the mud. It's stuck.
You what kind of mud is that?
Zapate.
Folks, be right back. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
What is that? So why you did not apply for the bill when Kamala was prime minister? What kind of idiotic question is that? You should ask when the Lavantil to Wall Street Empowerment Center was established, or when the Lavantil to Wall Street Scholarship Foundation was established. That wasn't established under Kamala Prasad Besessa, right? And Kamala Prasad Besessa didn't owe anything to me at that point because I was a supporter of the PNM. Yeah? I never brought Kamala Prasad Besessa to the United States of America and take her to the floor of the exchange. Maybe I should do that. Never do that. Eh? So were you asking, well, why didn't you apply for the billion when Kamala was? But you know what, Tommy? Thinking about that, boy. Maybe I should have do that in shooting her.
You see, all the time you were propping up Rowley for that position.
Yeah.
All the time Kamala was in power, you were propping up Rowley, prepping him for leadership.
Correct. Correct.
He was back and forth in your place.
Yeah. Yeah.
While he was in opposition. And you were spending your resources trying to make him a king. Trying to make the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them know that.
And when he become the king, what happened? Yeah. Look, folks, put closing comments in the chat. I now, Tommy, that building on the corner of Duncan Street and Independence Square is stone. Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah, 2 minutes.
Well, should I go leave here with this one quick?
Yeah.
The reason why so much of black children is failing in school is because when they're going to plant a garden, right, you have to put all the seeds, right? How you expect the badness to continue? The seed had to start from the school. If you ain't giving them a proper chance to get a good education, how would they become successful? That it turned to badness, killing can done under the PNM. The Jack wanna say, you know, the PNM is the reason for every problem we have in the country. I go on, all have a good night. You jump safe, friend.
Yeah, man. Bless. Bless. Fox said it was never established. Gordon said, but you're always looking to help Lavantil. Always, Gordon. Always. Always. You're not a person to take a drink of water from. Okay, Patricia. Patricia, how you doing? Where you from? What part of TNT you from, Patricia? You never tell us. So, folks, my closing quote is this. Closing quote. If your phone doesn't ring while you are struggling, don't pick up when you are winning. If your phone doesn't ring while you are struggling, don't pick up when you are winning. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. And remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
My closing comment is that there's no need to hurry, no need to sparkle, no need to be anyone but yourself. There's no need to hurry, no need to sparkle, no need to be anybody else but yourself. Like I always say, you, the man in the mirror, have to become that change you want to see. But if when you look at that mirror, you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Again, never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Be safe. Love you all. See you tomorrow, same time, same channel. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Let me see if there's any let me go to the see if there's any voice notes for closing messages. Okay, let me see. Miss Atlanta says the sheep will spend its entire life fearing the wolf, only to be eaten by the shepherd.
That's right.
The sheep will spend its entire life fearing the wolf, only to be eaten by the sheep.
By the shepherd.
By the shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, let me see, make sure I get this right. A flock of sheep led by a lion will always defeat a flock of lions led by a sheep.
Correct.
A flock of sheep led by a lion will always defeat a flock of lions
led by sheep. Mm-hmm.
All right. I remember it. I got it correct. All right, let me see these closing comments, you know.
Good night, worship is ungrateful son of a. That way do ungrateful is putting up you go to you by worship, but you have big strong supporter in the PNM, you want to beg it for a billet of flip. The black youth are laugh at this West corner. Fire burn this evil wicked PNM worship. How you go do you that? Yeah, do you that? Good night, Mr. Worship. You bring the man home by you. Walk out of red carpet, eat steak, drink the best, eat the best. You tell me you're looking something for the youth. They want the worship Berlin. And they support the parents for so much a years worship. And they want to do you. They want to bring down the Berlin after that homeless. Worship that glad they wake up. They're too evil and wicked and stink. Fire burn the PNM. Tommy, have a blessed night.
Same to you, KFC.
Good night, worship is ungrateful.
So you hear all that, and you ain't ask no question about proof, about evidence, no question. So I could just come and say anything. I could just come and say anything, and you I don't think you're that gullible, and you sound like a woman of intelligence. Wall Street and that crew, the Dotuish movement crew, they just come and say all kind of thing without any proof. As a matter of fact, come back and apologize sometimes. Sometimes.
Last voice note. All right, that one. Hold on,
Hi, good night all. Another program that has come to an end. God alone knows who tonight can say, yes, I'm in a better position now to help my child, to help my friend, to help someone. Yeah? Because at the end of the day and the beginning of the night, you could bump your gum how hard you want, how high you want, how soft you want. At the end of it, the people will decide. Never forget to remember not to forget that. The people will decide. So I will do my little bit in the corner here to help people to know that there are some hypocritical people outside there. Some of them have mic. Right? Wall Street, you know what I'm talking about. Some of them have mic. And they're promoting the party. But they're not dealing with, hey, 9 years you're in opposition. What the heaven did you do? What did you put in place to take over governance instead of pelting mud and opposing every bloody thing? What did you do? One set of Kankatang and Bacanar and Kucho, and of course court matters that they had to go to. Huh? Man, we try and have a sleeping night, please, and come back stronger tomorrow, please, God, and help Trinidad and Tobago. Good night.
All right, Tommy.
Yeah, they're trying to help Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, he trying to help. Until the lion learns how to write, every story will glorify the hunter. That's one from Cynthia. All right, let me go to the chat here quickly. Mover Defender says it's easier to continue fooling some than to try to convince them they are being fooled. Hey, that's a pretty good one too. It's easier to continue fooling some than to try to convince them they are being fooled. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I hope Gordon Joseph and him listen to that. Hanif, bless good night. Walton says we will overcome these election gimmicks. Yes. Tommy, when are we going to get this fella to put up some type of positive quote for our closing comment? Eh, Tommy? Okay. Closing comment by Fox. One of the objectors, NH International Caribbean Chairman Emil Elias, described the HGT decision to cancel the procurement process as a wise choice saying he hopes the corporation will quickly reissue tenders and give the local construction sector a level playing field. Oh God, boy. At least. All right, that's it. So, folks, we are out of here. I don't think there's any more.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Tommy, we out of here. See you guys tomorrow. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Later.
Yep. Good night, folks.
Good night. We hope our country becomes better.
Yep.
This is oh Lord, Trinidad and Tobago. This is DJ Bravo. I'm hurting it up. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But let the moderators in another body in a dream. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. Now with the love, with the vibes, with the hope. Now tell me something, how we really want we cope. When the children breathing in too much gun smoke. And the Coast Guard can never see a boat. Yes, I'm like some goats when they come looking for votes. Say to empty promises, reading like a horoscope. Justice for sale in a fat envelope. Politically, all the answers is a joke. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But let the moderators in another body in a dream. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. It doesn't matter the religion, the color, the creed, or the race. It's our responsibility to take care of our place. Champion.